Hi Year 4 Group 2, this is your maths session for Monday the 18th of January if you missed a live lesson or if you want to have another check at the skills. So to begin with, I want you to spend 5 minutes practicing your times table, starting with a dead easy one, 2 times table, moving on to the 5 times table, another easy one for you, and then have a go at the 3 times table. And if you finish all of those in the first 5 minutes of this lesson, I want you to have a go at your 4 times table. So pause the video while you have 5 minutes practicing your times tables. Remember to write those full number sentences. So we are going to count in 5s now, just to show that even. So this week in maths we are looking at statistics. And here we have got a bar chart and it shows the favourite fruit that people could choose from. So they could have chosen peach, kiwi, mango, pineapple, orange, pear, banana or apple. You can see that on the y-axis on the left. And along the bottom on the x-axis, the number of people that chose each of those things, and it counts in tens. Now, the first question is, how many people said their favourite fruit was a banana? So we look for that blue line that represents the banana choice, the longest blue line. Now you can see it goes past the 50 line. So we know that more than 50 people chose banana, but it doesn't go as far as the 60 line. So we know it was somewhere between 50 and 60. Now looking at that blue bar, I'd say that was exactly halfway between 50 and 60, which is where counting in 5s is going to come in useful. So what is exactly halfway between 50 and 60? It's not 51, it's not 52, 53 is getting there, 54 is really close, but exactly halfway between those two numbers is 55. So 55 people said that banana was their favourite fruit. So that's why I got you to count in 5s just now, because I knew this was coming up. Because this scale is counting in tens, knowing how to count in 5s found us that smaller part of the scale. So we have the same bar chart here, favourite fruit still, but now we are looking to find out which fruit was the least popular. So least popular means people didn't really like it very much. It was the one that not many people voted for. Now this time we're not looking for a number in our answer, we're looking for a word. Which fruit was the least popular? So we know banana was the most popular, that's got the longest line. Which fruit has got the shortest line? And that means it was the least popular. So the shortest bar belongs to the pear. Poor pear. Hardly anyone chose pear. Now, if the question had asked us how many people, we would be able to see it's halfway between 0 and 10. So we would have known that that was 5 people. But the question wanted to know what fruit was the least popular, so the answer is pear. So again, we're looking at the same bar chart, people's favourite fruit, but now the question is, how many more people chose kiwi than peach? So to answer this question, we need to get 2 facts first. How many people chose kiwi and how many people chose peach? And then we can find out how many more kiwi fans there were. So let's look at kiwis first. It's the second one down on your bar chart. And let's look closely at that bar. Where does it go up to on our scale? It's more than 10, it's more than 20, but it's not quite 30. In fact, it's halfway between 20 and 30. So using our counting in 5 knowledge, we should know that halfway between 20 and 30 is 25. So write down 25 people chose kiwi. Then we'll look at peach. How many people chose peach? Oh, that's an easier one because it lands exactly on one of our numbers. We can see that the very top bar, peach, reaches the number 10. So 10 people chose peach. Now we've got to find out how many more people chose the kiwi, which we know was 25. So we've got to find out how many more is 25 than 10. Now we could do this in two different ways. You could count on from 10 until you reached 25, and you could count on your fingers to do that. Or you could do 25 take away 10. Now, loads of different ways you could work that out, counting backwards or writing a column subtraction, 25 take away 10. I would use a bit of mental subtraction myself to have a go at that, because I know that 25 has got 2 10s in it. I'm going to take away one of those 10s, and that would leave me with 15. So 15 more people chose kiwi than peach. You could also have answered that by looking at the chart and seeing the space between peach and kiwi is a space for 15. So that's another way you could have answered it. Same bar chart again. Now we want to know how many children chose pear or apple. So we want to know the people who chose pear and the people who chose apple, and we want the total. So the total number of people, of children, who chose pear or apple. So we've got to do a bit of adding for this one. Let's have a look at pear first. It's that shortest one, the least popular. It's halfway between 0 and 10. So write down the number of people who chose pear was... What's halfway between 0 and 10? 5, well done. So 5 people chose pear. Oh, apple's another easy one because it hits that 10 point perfectly. So 10 people chose apple. So we've got a 5 and a 10, and we need to add those together to find out how many children chose pear or apple. So 5 plus 10, use your mental maths or do a column addition, and you should get the answer 15. So when the question was asked, 15 children chose either pear or apple. Now, on Seesaw, you are going to have a different bar chart to look at. It's still asking about favourite fruit, but the bar chart is set out differently, and it was a different bunch of children that were asked. So maybe it was children from a different school, or maybe even a different country. Now, you can see the main difference on the bar chart that you're going to see on Seesaw is that the bars point upwards. They are vertical bars, not horizontal like the ones we just looked at. But otherwise, it is you can use it in the same way. The fruits are now listed along the bottom, and on this survey the children could choose between banana, grapes, apples or pears. Oh, it looks like pears were a bit more popular in this school or in this country. And then up the left-hand side on the y-axis we can see the number of children. Now this time it's counting in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I've made this task a little bit easier than the ones we've looked at in our lesson today because I want you to be able to do it independently with no problems. So you're going to have 4 questions to answer, and I want you to look at those questions carefully and then look at the chart to answer them. Okay, have fun. See you soon.